Seniors, stop taking these 7 worst vitamins. They cause edema, swollen feet, and weak legs. What if the very vitamins you've trusted for years, those neat little capsules in your morning routine, are silently stealing your balance, your memory, even your independence? I know it sounds hard to believe, but I've seen it too many times. A healthy senior suddenly starts tripping more, forgetting names, or feeling weak for no reason, and no one thinks to blame the supplement drawer. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to protect you. Because after 60, your body plays by different rules. Your kidneys slow down, your nerves become more fragile, and what once helped you might now be quietly hurting you. In this video, we'll uncover 7 popular vitamins and minerals that could be doing more harm than good for older adults and what to do instead. You'll hear real stories, clear science, and simple steps to stay strong, sharp, and independent. So if you care about your health and the freedom to live life your way, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell. I make videos just for you. Let's get wiser together. Section 1, When Good Turns Dangerous, the B6 Paradox. Let's start with one of the most misunderstood healthy vitamins, B6. Many seniors take it daily, believing it will help with energy, nerve pain, or even mood. But what if I told you that vitamin B6 in the wrong dose has quietly ruined the lives of thousands of older adults? After age 60, our kidneys filter more slowly. This means water-soluble vitamins like B6, which are usually excreted easily, can now accumulate in the bloodstream. Research from the National Institutes of Health shows that doses above 100 milliliters a day over long periods may lead to peripheral neuropathy, a condition that damages the nerves in your feet, legs, and hands. The symptoms aren't dramatic at first, a little tingling, a subtle numbness, but over time, it can become burning pain, shaky hands, and legs that feel too weak to trust. A 2020 Mayo Clinic study revealed that among seniors with unexplained neuropathy, more than 20% had elevated B6 levels. Take the story of Eleanor, a 74-year-old retired librarian from New Jersey. She had been taking a B-complex supplement every day for over 10 years. She came to her doctor complaining that she could no longer feel her toes and had fallen twice in 1 week. Blood work revealed that her B6 levels were 3 times the upper limit. She wasn't overdosing intentionally, she was following the label, but her body could no longer clear the excess. The damage can mimic conditions like diabetic neuropathy or early Parkinson's, leading to misdiagnosis and unnecessary anxiety. What's more troubling is that many over-the-counter senior vitamins still contain high doses of B6, far beyond what most older adults need. Doctors now recommend no more than 100 milliliters per day of B6, and in most cases, 2 to 10 milliliters is more than enough for someone over 60 unless a deficiency is diagnosed. This is not about fear, it's about control. When you understand how your aging body processes nutrients, you take back power over your health. No one wants to be in Eleanor's shoes fearing a fall every time they step off the curb, questioning their own coordination. So what should you do? Check your supplement labels today. If your B6 dose is above 50 milliliters and you're not deficient, talk to your doctor. Ask for a simple blood test to measure your B6 level, especially if you're experiencing tingling, numbness, or weakness. Don't assume more is better. In aging, more often means more risk. Because what once nourished your nerves may now be harming them. And if a simple vitamin can steal your stability, imagine what excess vitamin E might be doing to your muscles. Let's talk about that next. Section 2, the anti-aging myth, vitamin E and muscle decline. We just talked about how vitamin B6 meant to support nerves can backfire and destroy the very thing it was supposed to protect. Now let's turn our attention to something even more surprising. Vitamin E, marketed as the ultimate anti-aging vitamin, it's found in everything from skin creams to senior multivitamins. But few realize that too much of this miracle vitamin may be quietly weakening your muscles and sabotaging your strength. Vitamin E is fat-soluble, meaning it doesn't flush out like B6 or vitamin C. It builds up slowly in fatty tissue in the liver. especially in seniors with reduced metabolic clearance. Studies show that daily doses over 400 IU can impair muscle function and increase the risk of hemorrhagic stroke in adults over 65. A 2011 analysis in the Journal of the American Medical Association found that excessive vitamin E intake was linked to higher mortality rates in older adults with chronic conditions. In real life, these effects show up as fatigue, soft muscle tone, and a jelly leg sensation that's often brushed off as just part of aging. Take Roger, a 79-year-old former school principal from Ohio. He had taken vitamin E religiously for over a decade, convinced it would help his joints and protect his heart. But his real problem wasn't stiffness, it was weakness. He started using his arms to push himself out of chairs and found stairs nearly impossible. Blood work revealed elevated E levels well above the safe range. Within weeks of stopping the supplement and focusing on food-based antioxidants, Roger's energy began to return. The problem is, seniors often feel tired or wobbly and assume it's just age, but sometimes it's a reversible toxicity from supplements. Excess vitamin E may interfere with muscle cell metabolism, decreasing mitochondrial efficiency and leading to muscle fatigue. It also thins blood and may increase the risk of internal bleeding, especially when combined with blood thinners like aspirin or warfarin. So how do we protect ourselves? Experts recommend seniors not exceed 150 IU of vitamin E daily unless medically supervised. Whole food sources like almonds, sunflower seeds, spinach, and avocados provide balanced amounts without risk of toxicity. If you're taking a multivitamin, check the label. Many still include 400 IU or more. Despite current medical guidance, understanding this is not just about avoiding fatigue, it's about protecting your independence. A weak leg can be the difference between walking freely or needing assistance. And as we age, every ounce of strength counts. Now that we've seen how a vitamin can slowly eat away at your physical confidence, let's move to something even more misunderstood. You've probably been told your whole life to take more calcium for strong bones, but did anyone tell you it might damage your nerves instead? Section 3. Calcium confusion from bone saver to nerve saboteur. We've just seen how vitamin E, often taken in good faith, can quietly undermine your muscle strength and physical confidence. But the story doesn't stop there. There's another nutrient almost universally recommended to seniors that might be doing silent harm: calcium. For decades, doctors, commercials, and even food labels have preached the message loud and clear: take calcium for strong bones. And that advice isn't entirely wrong, but it's dangerously incomplete, because calcium, when taken in excess or without proper balance, doesn't just go to your bones. It can end up in the wrong places: your blood vessels, your kidneys, and even your nervous system. After age 60, kidney function naturally declines. That means your body has a harder time filtering out excess calcium, especially when taken in supplement form. According to the NIH, the tolerable upper intake level for calcium is 2,000 mg/day day for older adults. Many seniors unknowingly exceed this limit with a combination of tablets, fortified foods, and dairy. Too much calcium in the bloodstream can cause hypercalcemia, a condition that affects nerve signaling, causing muscle cramps, tingling, confusion, and irregular heart rhythms. Let me share the story of Ruth, a 72-year-old widow from Arizona. She was proud of her health habits: daily walking, homemade meals, and 2 calcium pills every day, on top of yogurt and milk. But then she started feeling strange. Her legs felt heavy, her hands cramped at night, and she often struggled to focus. Her doctor initially suspected early dementia, but a blood panel showed something else: dangerously high calcium levels. Ruth's symptoms were the result of excess calcium interfering with the nervous system, slowing down how nerves communicate with muscles. Even more concerning, calcium deposits had begun forming in her soft tissues, a risk that grows with age and chronic oversupplementation. Once her calcium intake was reduced and rebalanced with magnesium and vitamin K2, her symptoms slowly eased. Many seniors make the same mistake Ruth did, believing that more calcium means stronger bones. But bones don't just need calcium, they also need magnesium, vitamin D and K2 to absorb and use it properly. Without that balance, calcium can turn from a builder into a breaker. Researchers now warn that unnecessary calcium supplements may not prevent fractures as once thought and could increase the risk of kidney stones and cardiovascular disease in older adults. In fact, the U.S. Preventive Services Task Force no longer recommends routine calcium and vitamin D supplements for fracture prevention in healthy postmenopausal women. So what can you do? Get your calcium from food first: leafy greens, almonds, tofu, sardines with bones. If you must supplement, stick to 500-600 milligrams per day and only under doctor supervision. Make sure your intake is balanced with magnesium and K2 to guide calcium into the bones, not the arteries. Let this be your takeaway: more isn't better, it's riskier. And when your nerves, muscles, and heart are at stake, precision matters more than ever. Now that we've addressed the most commonly recommended supplement, let's turn to one that's often overlooked but just as dangerous in excess. Have you been taking iron, thinking it gives you strength? After 60, it could quietly be doing the opposite. Section 4. Iron overload when strength turns to strain. We've seen how too much calcium, despite its reputation, can interfere with nerve communication and weaken the body from within. Now let's talk about another nutrient that many seniors continue to take out of habit, not realizing the silent damage it might be causing: iron. When we were younger, iron was essential. It helped build strength, prevent fatigue, and support oxygen flow. But after 60, the story changes. What once gave us energy may now weigh down our organs, inflame our joints, and damage our nerves. Unlike most nutrients, iron has no natural exit in the body, especially for men and postmenopausal women. A 2015 study published in the journal Aging Research Reviews found that iron accumulation increases with age and is linked to neurodegenerative diseases, liver dysfunction, and joint pain. Too much iron can lead to a condition called hemochromatosis, iron overload, which damages tissues slowly and silently over years. Symptoms include deep fatigue, aching joints, brain fog, burning sensations in the feet, and even mood changes. Consider James, a 76-year-old retired welder from Minnesota. He had always prided himself on staying active and strong, but over time he began feeling drained, irritable, and weak. His hands tingled, and his feet ached constantly. His doctor initially attributed it to aging and mild arthritis until a ferritin test revealed sky-high iron levels. The culprit, a multivitamin with iron he'd been taking for 20 years. James' case is far from rare. Many seniors continue taking iron despite having no deficiency. The problem lies in outdated habits and broad recommendations. While iron deficiency is common in younger people, especially women, it's far less common after retirement age. High iron levels can cause oxidative stress, which damages cells throughout the body, especially in the liver, brain, and heart. So how do you know if you're at risk? The best way is through simple blood tests. Serum, ferritin, and transferrin saturation can reveal how much iron your body is storing. If your levels are high and you're still taking iron, your doctor may recommend stopping supplements and adjusting your diet. You don't need to fear iron, but you do need to respect its power. Because after 60, your body no longer needs the same things it did at 30. Holding on to old routines can slowly create new problems. Experts now recommend that iron supplements only be used under medical supervision in older adults. Most multivitamins formulated for seniors now omit iron for this reason, but many older versions or general-purpose formulas still contain it. Instead of assuming you need more, start asking what your body actually requires today. Energy doesn't just come from iron, it comes from balance, hydration, movement, and a nourished nervous system. We've talked about nerve pain, muscle loss, and now internal inflammation. But what if I told you that even the vitamin you trust for eye health could cause dizziness and neurological issues? That's what we'll explore next, as we turn to vitamin A. Section 5. Vitamin A. when eye health turns into dizziness and nerve trouble. Iron is often praised for energy, yet in excess, it can silently damage your brain, joints, and nerves. But it doesn't stop there. One of the most surprising sources of nerve disruption lies in a vitamin many of us associate with vision and glowing skin, vitamin A. You've probably heard since childhood that vitamin A is good for your eyes. And it's true up to a point. But too much of this fat-soluble vitamin can be stored in the liver for months or even years, building up slowly, especially in older adults whose liver function may no longer be as efficient. Vitamin A is found in many supplements and fortified foods, including cereals, milk, and multivitamins. Unlike water-soluble vitamins, excess A doesn't get flushed out. It stays in fat tissue and liver. Now, the recommended upper limit for adults is 3,000 was mcg, 10,000 was IU per day, but some seniors consume well over this through cod liver oil, daily multivitamins, and fortified products. Let me tell you about Helen, an 81-year-old from Nebraska who came to her doctor with strange complaints. She felt dizzy when standing up, had trouble focusing her vision, and occasionally lost balance even while walking inside her home. Her MRI was clear, her blood pressure was normal, but her vitamin A levels were twice the safe threshold. For decades, she had taken cod liver oil every morning, eaten fortified cereals, and assumed she was doing everything right. Her symptoms, dizziness, balance issues, blurred vision were classic signs of vitamin A toxicity, which can mimic inner ear disorders or neurological decline. So her fat-soluble vitamins like A are stored in the body much longer than needed, especially in aging livers with reduced detoxification capacity. Other signs of overdose include bone pain, dry skin, headaches, and even increased risk of fractures due to impaired vitamin D interaction. The problem isn't just oversupplementation, it's confusion between different forms of vitamin A. Preformed vitamin A retinol is found in animal-based supplements and fortified foods. It's absorbed directly and can build up quickly. Homogeneous vitamin A beta-carotene from plants like carrots and sweet potatoes is converted slowly and is safer for long-term use. The safest way to meet your vitamin A needs: focus on colorful vegetables, leafy greens, and orange fruits, which contain beta-carotene. If you take a supplement, avoid cod liver oil unless prescribed, and be sure it doesn't push your total intake over 3,000 mcg daily. Most importantly, listen to your body. If you're feeling lightheaded, off balance, or foggy for no obvious reason, and you're taking a supplement with vitamin A, it's worth getting checked. Too many seniors blame aging for symptoms that are actually preventable. We've now seen how even healthy vitamins A, iron, calcium can turn on us when the body changes with age. But there's one more group of vitamins that rarely gets the scrutiny it deserves. Many seniors turn to them to improve memory, prevent anemia, or just cover all the bases. I'm talking about folic acid, and in the next section, you'll learn how it may be masking one of the most dangerous deficiencies in older adults. Section 6, Folic Acid, the hidden mask of B12 deficiency. We've uncovered how vitamins like A and iron can cause harm when they build up silently. But there's one more ingredient hiding in plain sight: folic acid. Found in nearly every multivitamin, cereal, and piece of fortified bread, it seems harmless. But in older adults, it can mask something far more dangerous: a vitamin B12 deficiency. Folic acid and B12 work closely together in the body to support nerve and brain function. But if you're low on B12 and still taking high amounts of folic acid, it can hide the signs of B12 deficiency on blood tests. That's dangerous because B12 deficiency, if left untreated, can lead to permanent nerve damage, memory loss, even symptoms that mimic dementia. Let's look at Patricia, a 68-year-old retired teacher from Oregon. Sharp, active, and health conscious. But she started forgetting names, missing appointments, and feeling pins and needles in her feet. Blood work showed high folic acid and dangerously low B12. The extra folic acid through cereal and supplements was masking the real issue. It took months to restore her B12 and ease her symptoms, but some nerve damage remained. Many older adults absorb B12 poorly due to reduced stomach acid or medications like metformin and PPIs. So what can you do? Don't take folic acid blindly, especially if you're already eating fortified foods. Ask your doctor to test both folate and B12, never just one. If supplementing, choose methylated B12 and folate forms, which are easier to absorb. In older adults, clarity matters more than quantity, and when one vitamin can cover up a critical deficiency, we must pay attention. Next, let's tie it all together and talk about how small changes to your supplement routine can protect your independence. Section 7. Magnesium, helpful or harmful depending on the form. Magnesium is often praised as a go-to remedy for sleep, muscle cramps, and constipation. Many seniors take it daily without a second thought. But here's the catch: not all magnesium is created equal, and the wrong form in the wrong body can cause more harm than good. Magnesium oxide, one of the cheapest and most common forms, is poorly absorbed. Less than 4% actually enters your system. In older adults, especially those with reduced kidney function, which often goes undiagnosed, excess magnesium can accumulate in the blood. This can lead to a condition called hypermagnesemia. Early signs include fatigue, confusion, irregular heartbeat, and even muscle paralysis in extreme cases. Joe, 79, from Illinois, took 600 millihours of magnesium oxide every night for years to help with digestion. One day, his wife noticed he seemed slower, more tired, distant, and struggling to stay awake. His blood tests revealed elevated magnesium levels and early signs of kidney stress. Once he switched to a lower dose of magnesium glycinate under supervision and supported his digestion with hydration and fiber, his symptoms improved. So what's the takeaway? Choose magnesium forms wisely. Citrate and glycinate are better absorbed and gentler on kidneys. Don't exceed 350 mg a day from supplements unless prescribed. Always talk to your doctor before starting or continuing magnesium long-term. In the end, even a helpful mineral can turn harmful without proper guidance. And when your heart, muscles, and mind are on the line, the right form truly matters. After 60, your body changes quietly, steadily, and often without warning. What once helped may now harm. The 7 vitamins and minerals we've discussed aren't inherently bad. They're powerful tools, but only when used with care, knowledge, and updated understanding. B6 iron, calcium, vitamin A, vitamin E, folic acid, magnesium, all common. All easy to get, but when taken without guidance, they can steal your balance, your energy, your memory, and most importantly, your confidence to live independently. So here's what you can do. Review your supplements regularly. Talk to a doctor who understands aging physiology. Ask for blood tests, especially for B12 iron and vitamin levels. Don't assume more is better. Assume your body is smarter than that. And most of all, trust your instincts. If something feels off, don't write it off as just getting older. Sometimes the most powerful step is asking the right question. If this video helped you, please leave a comment with the number 1. If you want more practical, age-smart guidance, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell. You deserve clarity, you deserve control, and you deserve to live with strength, not confusion.